Okay, Battlefield is coming out and I'm making a sort of an updated guide on how it works. So first of all, I'll discuss topics like how the battle itself works, the rewards that you get. I'll explain all about the map, how to get points for this mode, various stuff like MVP and fighting ranks, and what to buy in the shop. So if you're interested in only a single area, you can use the video chapters in the description or add the video to skip through the parts. And yeah, I'll go in a row. So first of all, let's start with how it works. So this mode is a PvP mode. It's another mode of PvP together with the Arena Emerald Arena. And it's a bit different. It is a 9v9 mode instead of a 1v1 one. So there will be a lot of mosh pit fights, stuff like that. And the goal in this mode is to either be the first team that will reach 50,000 points, or be the team with the higher point count after the 8-minute timer runs out if you haven't managed to reach the 50k mark by then. And the main ways to get points, there are quite a few. So first of all, there are killing other people or getting assists. Also, you can mine for skystones and keep purifying them. And then there's a few miscellaneous ways to get it. So stuff like killing the mini-boss, killing the various mobs that spawn across the map, or smashing vases that also spawn across the map. Also, to answer your question whether this is worth doing or not, yes, you must play Battlefield if you want to advance in the game, because without it, it's pretty much the main source of skystones in the game, and without this, you're potentially losing on around, I would say, 50 to 60% of your total skystone gains. And as you know, skystones are needed for pretty much everything, all of the gear upgrades, rune upgrades, stuff like that. So without it, you will be missing on a lot of progress. So even if you do lose, it is recommended to use all of your daily entries that you get. And yeah, just a quick recap on how the rewards works. So there are three main rewards. First of all, you will be, of course, getting these skystones. Second of all, you will be getting these victory seals that you see in the middle. I'll explain on how to get all of these in just a second. And you'll also be getting gold. So for skystones, it depends on whether your team wins or not, as well as the rank, MVP ranks, and the battlefield titles that you get. So a detailed breakdown of that in just a second. For victory seals, these are pretty much also reliant on the battlefield rank that you get, as well as the amount of MVPs that you get, stuff like that. And for gold, you basically get 25,000 if you are on the losing team and 50,000 if you are on the winning team, regardless of how much you contributed. Of course, keep in mind that in order to receive any reward, you must meet the requirements here. So if you are a guard, you need 300 points. If you are a combatant 1, 400 points, or you're combatant 2 and higher ranks, you will need at least 500 points to even get these rewards. And don't worry, 500 points is super easy to reach even if you keep dying a lot, so definitely don't worry, as you will be able to get it. Now here's a quick recap on how the rewards work. So first of all, the base rewards are right here. So for the winning team, you are getting 8,000 skystones, 3 victory seals, and 50,000 gold. If you're on the losing team, you are getting 3,000 skystones, 1 victory seal, and 25,000 gold. Then, if you're in the winning team, you get extra rewards based on the rank that you've placed. So rank 1 gets some extra skystones and victory seals. Rank 2 gets a bit less but still extra, and rank 3 gets some extra skystones here. Also, for each MVP medal, you will be getting an extra of 3,000 skystones and 1 victory seal. So as we switch back to the reward screen, as you can see, MVP medals are these orange thingies right before the points. So there are 3 MVP medals in total. So the person with the most kills, the person with the most assists, and the person with the most skystones gathered. And as you can see, even if you, for example, place in the lower rank, as you can see, this rank 3 guy, he managed to get 2 MVP medals, and even though he was only rank 3, he did get significantly higher rewards than me, who managed to place in the rank 1 position. As you can see, almost 2,000 skystones extra over me. And of course, if you're on the losing team, it pretty much works the same. The MVP medals will give you a little bit less skystones, and a little bit less victory seals and skystones for the top 3 ranks. However, it is still important to go for those MVP medals, as you will be getting much higher rewards compared to the rest of the team. And on top of that, you will see that you get some extra rewards for the battlefield titles. So you'll be getting some extra skystones and victory seals if you have reached a certain battlefield title, and you get these by simply getting certain amounts of kills. So rival will be the first one, duelist I believe is the third one, however don't quote me on that. But yeah, the higher you achieve, basically the more kills you get, the higher title you will get, and the more rewards you will get in the end. Okay, now a quick overview of how the map works. So this is the battlefield map, at least for the current map that we currently have. There are a total of 20 spawn points, however only like 5 or 6 are used in the game. So all of these floating islands that you see right here are spawn points, and around 2 to 3 people will spawn on each platform for every team. So you will start right here, and as soon as you touch on the certain pad when the timer runs to 0, you will be teleported to the appropriate pad right here. And basically these are the spawn points, and these are the main pads that you get teleported to. Other important things in here include, first of all, this is the big skystone in the middle. Mining on it will give you 100 points per action, but more on the exact points I will touch later on. Then there are the smaller crystals, so these will give 70 points each, and there are a total of 8 of them. However, they do have pretty low durability, so there is a good chance that if you mine on it for like a good minute, it will actually run out. There are a total of 8, so 4 in each corners here and 4 in the diagonal ones. Then, although unmarked, there are also smaller nodes in each of the spawn points. So there will be ones in every single spawn point right here. And each of those will only give you 40 mana and will only have 5 durability. So I do not recommend mining in those. As you can see, there's a small one right here. Then, if you move further, you will see that there are 4 of these corner stops. So these are the skystone purification areas, and basically all of the skystones that you have mined will have to be purified. And you can purify your skystones by standing on those areas for around 30 seconds. If you leave the area or you get killed without purifying, you will lose all of the skystones, or the purification will stop and it will begin once you re-enter the circle. However, of course, if you get killed, you will lose your skystones. There are also shops in those circles, but they are the same shops that you can access from the lobby, so really they're not important unless you are in an emergency need to replenish some potions, because those potions do cost skystones and you want to be purchasing potions with gold in the general merchant over this shop. And another important thing about the map is this little red icon that you see here. There will be a total of 2 of these elite mini bosses roaming around the map. One for each team basically, so one will be closer to your team and the enemy will have another one on the diagonal side of it. And killing this boss will grant a person 1,800 unrefined skystones, and those will be granted to the person who hit the boss first. He doesn't need to kill it. As long as he was the first one to hit it, he will be the one receiving it. If he runs away, of course, he will not pick up unless he gets close to the spot where the boss died. So basically, in the beginning of the game, it is very important to rush on this boss, because first of all, you don't want to give it away to the enemy team, and second of all, you do want to try to contest those points, as you will be getting more rewards in the end. And now we go into the actual gameplay, because some of the items are not showcased on the map. So first of all, you will see these little vases. They spawn on this side of the map, so basically on each 4 sides, right next to the middle area, you will see either 1 or 2 vases. These break in a single hit, and each of them will drop 450 mana. So right after the mini boss, this is the second objective you really want to be hitting, as they will reward you quite a bit. And oh, actually no, it's not 450, it's 400. And there are these little rock creatures. I believe there are around either 4 or 8 of them on the map at all times. They usually roam around these areas, so either in the middle right here or on the bit of an outer side right here. They may go even further, but that's really rare because people usually kill them before they are able to leave any further. And they do have quite a bit of HP, however they pretty much don't fight back, and once you kill them you will be getting 450 undefined skystones as well, and they work the same way as the mini-boss does in that the first person who hits the mob will get the rewards, even if they are not the ones who killed it. Okay, and now for all of the methods on how you get points. So first of all, each kill that you get will give you 600 points, and it will go into the first column right here. The person with the most kills will of course get the MVP medal and some extra rewards. Second of all, each assist that you do will give you 200 points, and the most assists will also get an MVP medal and some extra rewards. Third of all will be the undefined skystone counts, and this one will be the most competitive because pretty much all of the players are competing for this one, even if they are not doing any PvP. And the way you get points here, first of all by mining, so you get 40 points for each node that you mine next to your spawn point, 70 points for each node you mine in the outer ring, and 100 points for each of the nodes you mine in the middle. And straight off the bat, you only receive 60% of those mined skystones as points, meaning that if you mine one node in the middle, you will get 100 undefined skystones, but you will only be getting 60 points towards your leaderboard, and you will get the rest of the points when you go purify the skystones. So for example, if you mine the middle 10 times, you will have 1000 undefined skystones, but you will only receive 600 points in total. Now, when you go purify those skystones, once the purification is complete, that 1000 undefined skystones will be added to your total point count, and in total you will have 1600 total skystones in your point count. Then a few other ways, of course, as discussed previously, each vase that you break will give you 400 undefined skystones. Each mini boss that you kill will give you 1800 undefined skystones, and each rock that you kill, and those rocks do despawn every 30 to 60 seconds, will give you 450 undefined skystones. There are also other smaller nodes and smaller mobs around the map, usually closer to the spawn points. However, I do not recommend killing those, as they usually don't even drop 100 mana or other skystones, and it's super inefficient to kill those. It's just easier to either mine in any of the more inner areas, and you'll get way more skystones than by just traveling around the spawn points. And lastly, we'll go to the battlefield shop and review what's actually worth buying. So you can access it through here. And in the battlefield shop, there are a total of 4 tabs. The second to last and the last one you can freely ignore. The deals here are horrible and you should never be even entering here. Now for the other two, there will be quite a few items to buy, so I know it will be a bit confusing. First of all, there will be a 5-star Devilmon for each tier that you achieve. So as you can see, once you reach Combatant 2, you are able to purchase a one-time buy of a 5-star Devilmon for 10,000 skystones. The same way with Combatant 3, Night 1, Night 2, Night 3, and all the way up to the highest ranks like that. So as you can see, I bought the rest and I still have 3 to go. If you are unsure how to get these ranks, you can actually, in the main screen at the very bottom, you can see the My record. Each rank will require a certain amount of kills. So starting with 0, you will be a guard. And the more kills you get, the higher your rank will be, and that will unlock additional items in the shop. So basically, for each of these one-time purchases, you do want to be buying every single 5-star Devilmon up until the very final one. So the final one for one-time purchase will be the Warrior 2, At Warrior 3 and Hero, these will become monthly purchases, and of course if you have reached this rank, you do want to be buying these Devilmons monthly, because first of all, the price of them is super dirt cheap compared to the rest of them, and since these are monthly and 5-star Devilmons are an extremely rare resource, they will be more than worth buying. Now the second thing you wanna be saving for is the outfit. Previously it was super expensive, but now they have lowered the price to 1,500 in total. So you definitely do want to be looking into buying this, especially since the bonus for it is a support type monster HP, and as you know, support types are usually used very often in a lot of harder content. That means they will be usually able to do like higher healing, higher shielding if you're using Bastet for example. And since HP is a very valuable stat in gaining power, they will also allow you to advance to higher stages by increasing your power by quite a bit. And for outfits, of course, don't buy them one by one. Only buy the outfit once you have enough of these seals saved up for the whole thing, since the set will not work unless you have the full set already purchased. So yeah, 1,500 for this, keep saving on it, and whenever you have the disposable seals, make sure to purchase it. After the Devilmons and the outfits, there are quite a few items that you can purchase. So first of all, there are these skystones purchases, and for the first three, I recommend not buying these. It's pretty cheap to craft these. For this one, of course, you will need hero rank first of all. But for the price that you're paying here, I would say this one is a pretty decent purchase. So if you are looking to, for example, upgrade your alchemy for the master request, because as you know, the master request will require a lot of red and yellow books, and those are pretty expensive to make, as well as they are very limited weekly. So it could help you there if you haven't promoted to master during or rather before you reach hero rank. As for the rest of the items, these are definitely not worth it. They can be crafted pretty easily through the profession menu, and the price or the gold amount that you get from selling these is definitely not worth the skystones amount that you are paying to buy them. Now for the victory seal items, there are 5 in total, and I would say the rainbow ones, the 5-star ones, you will have plenty of, so there's definitely no need to max out on these. But for the 4-star ones, especially if you're using quite a few monsters, I do recommend usually maxing out on these. First of all, because the cost is super cheap. One victory seal, you will get that. You will get those 10 required in probably like 2 or 3 games, so there's definitely no harm in getting those, especially if you do like playing around with various 4-star units. For the scrolls, so both the legendary scroll piece and the mystical scroll have terrible value here. I personally do not recommend buying them unless you have already maxed out the outfit, maxed out the monthly purchases for both of the Devilmons, maxed out the 4-star enable ones if you need them, and maxed out the durability restore stones. So if you really don't have anything to spend them on, you can consider buying the mystical scrolls and the legendary ones. But before that, you should also max out on the restoration stones, and since these are quite good value for the price that you are paying, and you will need a lot of these to repair your equipment if you go to any broken one. As you can see, you need 20 of these just for one repair of the weapon, and you will need to repair this weapon a lot. There's a very good chance that after repairing the weapon, you won't even go up by 1 level, especially if it's a higher level equipment. So yeah, you definitely do wanna keep maxing out on those restoration stones as well. And yeah, I believe that pretty much covers the whole Battlefield gameplay experience, I guess. I hope you understood first of all on how it works so you can prepare for it. And yeah, if you are interested in Battlefield gameplay, do make sure to check out the channel, as I do upload regular gameplays, at least like 1 or 2 times a week, of various Battlefield videos where I test different units. You'll see basically a perspective of someone who mostly plays for kills, as I sort of stopped mining for mana pretty much at all. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Sub if you like similar content to this, and I'll see you in the next one.